Hi, happy Monday. Welcome back to the drama. Not only is my hair gone, but my heart is too. I'm a broken man whose hunger can only be quenched by the worst, bottom of the barrel, most useless drama I can find. I need something that will give me peace, knowing that nothing matters, no matter how this story ends or how bad the drama gets. Unfortunately, today it's not that story, because we are going to talk about a controversy that is really not really dividing the internet as much as it is uniting everyone together against one individual. And I am talking about the scooped bagel controversy. Call it Bagel Gate. Call it, I don't know, I can't think of a second thing to call it. Let's just watch the TikTok. Let me get you caught up.
There's nothing more stressful than ordering a bagel in New York City. I just went to a bagel shop here. I'm from Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, if you order a bagel, you walk in, you say, hey, can I get a scoop gluten-free bagel? The person behind the bar is usually like, of course, we have these different options today for gluten-free. Of course, I can do that for you. In New York, I just walked in and asked for a scoop gluten-free bagel. The guy just looks at me and goes, I'm not scooping your bagel, bro. It's like, dude, that's how I want it. It's like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I was like, all right, on to the next one, I guess.
So let me explain the backstory of this guy, a TikToker by the name of Taylor Offer. Whatever happened to Taylor, Taylor Refuse? Now, this is the deal. This TikTok got super big, and it became this big divisive thing on the internet of a bunch of people from New York and the rest of the country just absolutely laying into this LA freak who talks about ordering this thing called a scooped bagel, and it has pissed a lot of people off. Just like this random guy here. This is an example.
Hold up. People from LA are asking people to scoop out bagels? Scoop out the middle of a bagel? Get the fuck out of here.
So, of course, this is like a classic modern day pineapple on pizza experiment. And it's something that I personally have some feelings on when it comes to the way that the internet gets mad at certain things and very specific people who do something that people consider to be weird. And let me be clear where I stand on the bagel situation. I've only been living in Los Angeles for a year. I have not eaten a single scooped out bagel while I've been here. I didn't even know it was a thing until this morning when I started looking into this. I've been to New York a few times. I love New York. I've been here in LA. I have my feelings about LA also. There's a lot of things wrong with it. But I don't know if I'd say that like everybody in LA eats scooped bagels. I think it's probably there's a decent amount of people that do, but I don't think I would say that everyone over here is on the side of the bagel. I personally like the stuff that's in the bagel. I think that's part of the bagel. So if I'm going to eat a bagel, I'll put the cream cheese on and I'm going to eat the whole thing. I don't really understand. It's like the opposite of taking the crust off of your sandwich. But today I want to dive into this controversy, show you where this guy is from, what kind of freak he is, and I want to see where everyone else stands on the issue. See if it's as serious as people are making it out to be. Now, this guy, Taylor Offer, came from LA for some trip to New York City, where he decided multiple times a day to make TikToks about the fact that he was in New York City. From about right here, where he was obviously in his own house, you can see right here, it begins his trip to New York, and the New York TikToks continued to pile on. I think that the first one was made when he was wearing this gray shirt, and if we scroll down here, we can see it just happened a few days into the trip is when that big TikTok happened. And of course, he continued to post about New York here, but this guy really decided, hey, I'm going to go to New York and I'm going to make so many TikToks there about the most normal shit and act like I'm on Mars because it's New York. Just let me click through this real quick and give you an idea of what's going on.
The best part about New York City is, I think New York City is probably the only city in the world. The one thing I don't get about walking around in New York City is, New York City's like an avocado. The only way to survive in New York City is by people talk about the fashion in New York and the fashion. After spending a couple days in New York, I can confidently say the nightlife is better in Los Angeles.
If we look at the comments also, you can see that people are not a fan of this guy. And I mean, how can we expect them to like this dude. This guy is the epitome of what people from New York actually think people from LA are like, and I don't really blame them for being like, hey, you gotta get out of here. Now, half of me does feel like he's like low-key rage baiting people and trying to get views off of just how insane he is, but at the same time, the more I watch him, I start to think that maybe this guy might be like a genius. Like, he might be just playing this character this entire time because it's so odd. But I do need to explore this with you. Taylor actually ended up getting a scooped bagel. But before I look at what he thinks about that, there are a lot of other things that he's been posting and that other people have been posting that have to do with this bagel situation. So I want to go through everyone's takes and tell you how I feel about it. But before I do that, this video is sponsored by my band, Queef Jerky. We have a song releasing this Friday called Liver, and it's coming along with a music video. You can click the link in the description to pre-save the song. You can click down below to figure out where our YouTube channel is so you know when we post it. It is my favorite song that I've made so far. I'm super excited for it. It is the start of a big era of music that I am so excited to show people. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. That's all I gotta say. Check out Queef Jerky on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube. Let's get into the video. Now, this is an opinion that I would probably hold also. I'll play you what this person thinks about the situation as someone who lived in LA and New York.
I say this to someone from LA. Don't go to New York and then ask for a gluten-free scoop bagel and then be upset when someone will give it to you because you're asking a bullshit question in New York. He was being kind to you by not giving you a gluten-free scoop bagel because don't eat that shit. Eat a cracker.
I would have to agree with the sentiment that if you want to eat a scooped bagel, you might as well get one of those bagel flats or whatever they're called. When it comes to food stuff like this, I always end up coming to the opinion of who gives a shit. I think if you were going to go on TikTok and you want to talk about how you asked for a scooped bagel or whatever, you should be expecting all these people to show up and be like, dude, why are you scooping the stuff out of a bagel? That's weird. Yeah, I'm sure if I went online with some of my weird food habits, people would shit on me too, but I don't. I know better. You keep that shit to yourself. I hate to say it, but most of the time I eat pizza, I don't finish the crust. I don't. I'll give it to someone else. I'll give it to my assistant that eats my that eats the crust off my pizza when I don't want it, because I'm a 3-year-old. So at least where I currently stand is I don't care, but don't talk to me about it. I don't want to know that you scoop out the bagels. I don't care that you're frustrated that you're in New York and you can't get a scooped bagel. I didn't even know they existed. But for people who are saying that it doesn't exist and never has existed, unfortunately, watch this TikTok by Taylor Offer. Such a weird name, Taylor Offer.
Revealing this classified info.
Did we cover the scooping out of the bagel? Did we cover that?
Joking around with extra, revealing one of Jen's biggest secrets.
Scratches out almost all the bagel. Michael, don't ask her for a bite of it either. Oh no, bite your hand right off.
Who gave my bagel scooping away? I have to defend this. I don't like chewy, I like crunchy. Try it.
And to that, a lot of people might go, Jennifer Aniston, just eat a cracker with cream cheese on it. It's Jennifer Aniston. She's gonna pay someone to scoop the bagel. She's not gonna give a shit. And the way I see it is that people who are, making videos dunking on the bagel, I do think that they're also aware that it's not that serious. Like, everyone is sort of like just playing it up because it's fun. But it has turned into the situation where half of these people are like, you guys are taking it too seriously. And then the other half of them are like, you're a bunch of dorks who eat scooped bagels. Do I think that it's worth it to talk for 3 minutes and 15 seconds and get worked up about a scooped bagel? No. But also, he's probably just having fun with the scooped bagel. Of course, I know there's a lot of people online who think New Yorkers are annoying, who think Los Angeles people are annoying too. Tell me in the comments what your preconceived opinions are about people who live in certain cities. Because a lot of people think that on one hand, the New York people can be way too like, this is New York City, this is the tough life. You gotta ball up and survive out here in the streets. And then people think people in LA are like, oh, I got my $25 coffee with CBD and omega-3 an Alpha Gen Megatron 9000. And to that I say, you're not really that far off.
I went to a trendy LA coffee shop the other day and I got a $17 latte, which I know sounds insane. It was 2 shots of espresso, macadamia milk, a little bit of ashwagandha, and CBD oil, which is why
This guy goes to a coffee shop in LA and pays $17 for his coffee, for 2 shots of espresso and some other bullshit. This is who we're talking about here. So when you go online and you're talking about scooped bagel stuff and talking about how this guy is not a purist enough to eat his bagel the way that Lady Liberty requests herself, he's getting $17 coffee with CBD in it. Who's putting CBD in their coffee? If you are, cut it out. Just cut it out. Get a grip. I think it's okay to complain about other foods people are eating. I think it's fun to jab and to make funny little comments. But you got to remember that all of this is in good fun. And yes, this guy might be a little bit of an LA freak, but it's kind of funny how much he doesn't care about just how LA he comes off. Like, this guy doesn't give a shit what you think about him. And I can tell because he's telling us how much his coffee, just listen to this.
So expensive, $17, which, yes, expensive, but not the most ridiculous part. The most ridiculous thing is the barista turns the iPad around, she turns it around, and the pre-selected tip options, 30%, 40%, or 50%. So like the minimum tip, 30% on like $17 or whatever it was. It's like $6 tip, which would make it a $25 coffee. And I was like, wow, this is so awkward. How do you tip on a $17 coffee? Like, my coffee is about to be $30.
So he said, how do you tip on a $17 coffee? Even the 30% tip would be $6, which would make it a $25 coffee. No, that'd make it a $23 coffee. And then he goes and suddenly says that he's about to get a $30 coffee. You turned up the number by 8. Don't lie. Now, I'll show you what I think my favorite part about this whole thing is. Take a good look at this guy's place behind him in LA. And I'm going to show you something else that is so interesting to me.
There's nothing more stressful than ordering a bagel in New York City.
So I'm pretty sure I Airbnb'd this dude's house in LA. Because that's the background he uses, and you have to come with me to check this out. Not gonna lie, it's a really nice house.
How crazy is that? That 1 second you're making a video about your scooped bagel, and the next second there's a guy in your house taking a video around your house and basically telling everyone that you Airbnb at this place in Los Angeles and you can figure out where this guy lives. Now, would I do the same thing if I was staying at this guy's Airbnb? Would I also post a video being like, oh my God, I think I'm staying at this guy's Airbnb in LA? Of course I would. Of course I would.
But like, look what I found in the kitchen. Dude, who does this? Who does this?
And that part of it, for me, I'm like, this has to be some kind of sick joke. If this guy went to a bagel place and ordered scooped bagels to make this joke about how this guy would just leave a bag of scooped bagels like Lucy's in his house, he's a genius. Either the guy making this video is a genius for buying the bagels, or the bagel guy himself is a genius for just being that into the idea of a scooped out bagel that he has them loose in a bag in his house, already pre-scooped. Should the bagels be pre-scooped? Is that where we are now? And personally, I get it. The more I think about it, it's like, man, just to have one of those... It's a bagel thin, though. They make those. They're called bagel thins. But I guess you want it with the toasty outside, and you want to fill it with cream cheese. But you don't have to fill it with cream cheese. You don't need that much cream cheese on a bagel to make the good ratio of cream cheese to bagel, right? And I have to think that this guy continues to be some sort of freak character, because look at this. He's got to be playing a character. It's got to be this method acted LA character that this genius performer is putting on, and he's willing to sacrifice his character against all of New York City because he's committing to the bit. And I think I can respect that. Unless he's just like a freak, an absolute freak, and then I don't know, I think we should kill him. Like, look at this video. This guy can't be real.
The one thing I don't get about walking around in New York City is everybody's in a rush. No matter where they're going, they walk so fast. It's like, what's the rush? Where are you guys all going? Why do you all feel like you're running? Everybody's running. Relax. Calm down. You'll get to where you need to get to.
That's like, this guy's like an NPC. I feel like I could find this guy walking around in the Spider-Man 2 video game Wow, I love this game, guys. Spider-Man 2. Every time I play Spider-Man 2, I sit there and I'm like, I cannot believe this game is real. I can't believe that I'm playing a game with these kind of capabilities. With the movement I have and the way I'm zipping around the city, I really look like I'm 10 years old with this haircut. Look how much younger I look. I didn't get it cut for all of tour. And yesterday I woke up and I was like, I can't go another day. I've always wanted to just completely shave my head, but I know that the less hair I have, the uglier and weaker I am. I don't want to lose my cool. If I cut off all my hair, I think I would lose it a little bit. Sorry, I got a little off topic. Where were we? Spider-Man. Man, I am still like only halfway through Spider-Man, I think, and I don't even think I've seen all that they have to offer. I am so excited to keep playing it. It's all I can think about right now while I'm recording this. I'm like, I can't wait to finish editing this so I can play Spider-Man. That's what makes me want to go to New York. Spider-Man. You guys know what I'm talking about at home. Look at this. Look at this.
I was walking on Houston Street and it started viciously storming, and being from LA, I'm not used to this weather, so I hopped in this super cute little
he's from
hole in the
LA?
old deli. He started cutting me some pastrami and let me try it. I asked for an extra dry protein style, which I in and out in Los Angeles. If you get something protein style, it's no bread, but they wouldn't do that for me. So
Dude, this guy is so LA that he goes into this place and he goes, well, In-N-Out will do it. So I'm going to go in this pastrami shop and ask for a pastrami sandwich with no bread. The reason they can't do it is because there's no sandwich if you take the bread away. You're just eating a plate of meat and cheese. And should they allow you to do that? Sure, I don't care. But don't go walking around and call it protein style.
So I'd actually scoop the bread off myself, which is kind of annoying, but I'm not mad about it. Unfortunately, it was
See, this has to be a bit. He literally scooped out the bread but kept the crust, just this thin thing of the crust on there. I don't really understand. It's like the opposite of taking the crust off of your sandwich. I think he has to be playing some elaborate character, and I think that he is amazing for that. I think he's one of the greatest comedians of the year.
falling apart, which is not their fault, I understand. So I got a genius idea to go get a fork. It was almost like a deconstructed Italian sandwich without the lettuce, but big croutons that weren't fried, and it was okay, not worth it.
He's just making up new food now. I think this guy's amazing. I completely changed my mind on him. He's not a freak. I think that he is hilarious. Whether or not he believes he's hilarious, whether or not he knows that he's being ridiculous, I think it's a good thing, and I think we need more people like him who are willing to be the enemy, because you have all these people who are shitting on him, and this guy doesn't give a shit. He seriously doesn't. Look at the way he talks on the phone to his friend. Let me show you this.
My famous friend giving me advice on how to deal with fame.
What's up, dog?
I saw the bagel thing.
Everyone did.
I know I had like 100 people send me that video being like, is this your boy?
The internet's a crazy place. It really
Yeah, you
is.
gotta be careful with the internet. It could really get to you and mess up your meal. Trust me, if anyone knows it's me, don't take the comments to heart. Know who you are and
This is not a real guy. This isn't a real person on the phone. Why does his voice sound like it's that close to the mic if he's turning the phone away and it's up to his ear? You gotta be kidding me. I don't know what's going on. I think this guy, I have a conspiracy that he might be dangerous.
don't take the comments to heart. Know who you are and stay true.
I appreciate that, bro. You back in LA or what?
No, I'm still up north with the dog, but we'll be back in LA in 2 weeks.
Let's get a scoop bagel when you're out here, gluten-free.
Let's do it, man.
All right, catch you later. Bye.
What's this?
All right, I'm done. I want to know if I call who I called, who they would answer. Dude, nobody fucks me anymore, bro. Like, I'm gonna call Flight. No, nobody fucks me anymore, bro. All right, no Flight, no dude. Let me call. I'm not gonna tell you guys who. Let me call somebody real quick.
Yo, I can't be talking on your stream. Like, you're fucking on my sponsors, my brains. Like, get off my phone.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I have no friends in this industry, bro. It's sad. I have no friends in this industry. That's true. The way you are and like how hot you are or how relevant you are is like the way certain people treat you.
I don't know if it's how hot or how relevant you are. I think it's more whether or not you're hanging out with Nazis on your stream. No, that's legitimately sad. And I mean, at the end of the day, do I think that he's a good person? No. Do I think he's a good role model? No. But do I think that he deserves to have friends and people surrounding him and making him feel safe and secure and happy? Also, no. I don't think he deserves any of that. I think he should probably just like crawl in a hole and, stay there for the rest of his career. Okay, let's just get to the point. What's the review?
Finally got a scoop bagel in New York City, so we're gonna open it up and see how well they scooped it. We're gonna eat it on a trash can because we're in New York City and everything smells like trash, and this is gonna be the best place that we could eat it.
It's also not a great look to be some guy from LA to roll into New York and be like, I'm gonna eat this on a trash can because everything is trash and everything smells like shit, and we're in New York and it's a shitty, trashy shit city. Just also like, don't eat it on a trash can, dude.
Scooping out the center of the bagel. So you want to scoop out the center. Let's see how well they did it. You want essentially just the crust and the nice outside, then you can put the cream cheese inside.
I think we know what the scooped bagel is. No one was asking him like how it actually works. People just think that it's dumb because people tend to like the bagel inside of the bagel. It's like telling everyone, oh shit, dude, you need to try this new thing where you rip a donut in half and take the insides out and you just eat the outside and it's just that amazing glazed part. You don't need that stuff inside, bro. It's just extra carbs. You don't need it. Just eat the bagel with just the outside. Just nibble at the outside. Honestly, I like it better that way.
Sorry for the background noise. It's New York and it's very loud. So you can kind of see the scoop it just as an okay scoop. You see, that would be bagel right there. Instead, it's cream cheese.
It's too much cream cheese, though. I think that's the issue, that he thinks that everyone is wondering, oh, I love bagels, but I just want more cream cheese, but it won't fit. Well, here's your option. You can rip out parts of the bagel and replace that with cream cheese too. Why would you need more cream cheese than bagel? I have a feeling that's a little bit unhealthier at this point, that it's not really protein style at this point. It's just a lot of cream cheese.
It's actually a pretty genius idea. You can see that's all cream cheese right there.
It's too much cream cheese. I'm not trying to be what these New York people like are getting like worked up about. I still think this guy's the GOAT. I still think he's funny. But at a certain point, we have to look at something like this and go, oh my God, there's just too much cream cheese. No one wants that much.
So you get less bagel. You get more cream cheese.
I get it.
Look at that cream cheese to bagel ratio.
We get it. We know why you do it.
Wow.
He literally had not even taken a bite before he complimented it. He already was ready to say it's good. And that's what I love about him. He doesn't give a shit. It's more about the character. Look, bite.
Wow.
He already was saying, wow, he didn't even bite down once yet.
That's exactly what we're looking for. Look at that ratio. Look at that cream cheese. This is probably one of the top 10 bagels I've ever had. It's not better than Courage Bagels in Los Angeles, which is still the best bagel in the world.
Courage Bagels? Oh, it's 20 minutes away from me. Hey, maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll do a review.
Bagels, but this is up there. This could be number 2 or 3.
And finally, let's take a look at his apology.
Hey, it's Taylor, the guy who got the scoop bagel in New York City, and I want to take this time to apologize to everybody in New York City. To be honest, I didn't know how sensitive you guys are. I always thought New York was like tough. Like, we're New York, we're tough. I'm from LA, and in LA, like, everyone's sensitive. Everyone's conscious about emotions and how they're feeling, and everyone gets offended by things. I thought New York was a little bit different. I thought you guys could take it, but now I've learned New York is actually more sensitive than California. So I want to apologize for offending you guys, and I had no idea. You guys got offended that easily. I thought you guys were tough.
People were not happy about that. You can see the kind of people that watch these videos and the kind of people who got really pissed off. They're not a fan. I think it has to be a bit. People say he's just rage baiting. I'd have to agree that I think he's really leaning into it. At the end of the day, he is trying to advertise himself online. He's trying to sell you something, and the thing he's trying to sell is this character who's just a really annoying guy. And I have to respect that. I have to respect that he commits to the bit. His character is not someone who has it's not a guy who's got a very strong moral center. You know, this guy doesn't give a shit. It's willing to watch the city burn in front of him. And for that, I think I can safely say that he is sort of like the Joker of TikTok. He's sort of like Los Angeles's Joker. This guy on TikTok who eats scooped bagels and isn't afraid to tell people no matter how pissed off they are, and also constantly talks about how there's nothing better than LA.
People always ask why people from LA and California are so chill. And I think the main reason is just the beauty that we have around us at all times. Every single night we got...
Listen, at the end of all of this, you have to look at someone like this and say, if there's a creator whose whole personality is the fact that he just lives on a certain location in the world, then maybe it's not too worth getting worked up about. You know, there's people who love astrology, there's people who love like the Enneagram. Different people think that these different parts of yourself fall in these categories. This guy doesn't think any of that. The only two things that exist are you someone who lives in LA, are you someone who lives in New York, or are you other, someone else who lives anywhere else in the world? Those are the three different kind of people. And for that, I think he's gonna be in the running for Freak of the Year. I will tell you guys, I kind of want to do an award show at the end of the year called Freak of the Year, and like get all of the people that I've talked about on my channel that have been kind of the big stories, and do an award show for the best of them. Really go all out there and give away some really prestigious awards. So let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you think about any other drama. You can tell me on my Instagram at nickisnotgreen. We're only doing the worst drama on the internet. Again, new song on Friday, a You Cringe You Smoke I just shot. I'll also put that in the link in the description if you want to watch that. It's on my other channel. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment what you liked about the video. I will check it out. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Stay safe. Have a happy November. Bye.